Imagine swiping right on a handsome Canadian engineer from Kampala, sharing late-night dreams of visas and vacations, only to wake up ghosted, visa fees wasted, heart shattered. Welcome to international dating in 2026. Beautiful potential, brutal red flags. Whether you're in Kenya eyeing North America, or anywhere chasing love abroad, apps make the world feel small, but toxicity travels fast. Today, we unpack modern red flags with real global stories, psychology breakdowns, cultural twists, and how to spot them before your passport stamps heartbreak. This is for dreamers like you. Hit subscribe to Thrive Nation for love advice backed by nonstop vibes. Comment: what's your international dating nightmare? Let's protect your heart. Fire. Red flag number 1: breadcrumbing. Those sporadic "hey beautiful" DMs, story likes, or 2 a.m. voice notes every 2 to 3 weeks. Enough to keep hope alive, zero effort to meet. In international dating, it's lethal because time zones excuse delays forever. Expanded context: apps like Bumble Global thrive on volume. A guy in Toronto can breadcrumb 50 women across 10 countries without leaving his couch. Psychology calls it intermittent reinforcement, like a slot machine payout. Dopamine hooks you harder than steady affection. Hinge's 2025 Global Dating Report. 82% of cross-border matches experience it, spiking to 90% for African Western pairings due to exotic fetishes. International story: meet Aisha from Kampala. Matched with a Dutch DJ on Tinder Passport. He'd send flirty Dutch lessons via audio, like her Entebbe sunset stories, promise Amsterdam visits. 6 months in, still no flight booked, but endless soon texts. She later learned he had a local girlfriend. Classic collector behavior. Echoes across borders. Nigerian women report American sponsors who breadcrumb visa promises. Why it thrives globally: distance lowers stakes, no real-life accountability. Cultural clash: Western casualness feels like rejection to commitment-focused Africans. Harm: drains emotional energy, delays real connections, wastes money on date-ready outfits/glow-ups. Action plan: set a 14-day meetup ultimatum, virtual dates count initially. No progress? Block globally, use app privacy modes. Green flag: weekly video calls escalating to visits. Red flag number 2: future faking. Future faking. Epic promises like "I'll sponsor your Canadian visa, we'll marry in Toronto," or "Dubai penthouse together next year," painting your shared paradise, delivering nothing. International edition? Visa baiting at its finest. Expanded context: Instagram Reels flaunt expat lives, #couple goals in Canada hits 500 M views, fueling fantasies. Narcissists weaponize it for control/ego boosts. Psychology: mirror neurons make imagined futures feel real, bonding you faster than facts. 2026 Match.com stats. 65% of international daters encounter it, with 75% in Africa-Europe matches. Promises exploit migration hopes. International story: Kenyan Reddit user you/love from Nairobi, r/international dating met a Swedish expat in Dubai via Hinge. Week 1: you're my African queen, let's relocate to Stockholm, I'll handle papers. Shared visa tips, even mock wedding Pinterest boards. Month 3: excuses about work visa delays, then ghost. Turns out, he was married back home. Future faked to fund short Dubai flings. Parallels Ugandan tales: guys from UK promising family introductions that vanish. Global twist: time zones hide lies, processing paperwork excuses endless delays. Cultural note: in collectivist Uganda, family-involved futures feel legit, Western individualists exploit this. Harm: emotional whiplash plus real costs, visa apps, flights to meet halfway. Action plan: insist on proof, shared Google Doc of actual plans, video call with family. No tangible steps in 30 days? It's smoke. Red flag number 3: social media stalking/control. Obsessive monitoring: who's that guy liking your story from Canada? Password demands, ranting over X follows, or tracking flights via location tags. International amp: paranoia over other suitors in your home country. Algorithms resurface global exes, TikTok duets push flirty content worldwide. Insecure attachment, avoidant anxious clashes common in LDRs, explodes. Bumble 2026 data, 55% of international couples fight over socials versus 30% of local couples. Ugandan angle, Facebook family groups leak info, fueling clan honor interrogations. International story, Nigerian TikToker at Lagos to LA, American BF demanded IG password after she got a like from a Lagos colleague. "You're cheating with Africans," he yelled on call. This later escalated to the point of him dictating her WhatsApp status. She later fled and is now thriving solo. There is a similar story, a Ugandan woman dating a male named Aussie. As he stalked her everywhere she went through her safe Boda rides and via her stories, and accused her of infidelity. Why is it global? Distance breeds doubt, no casual hangouts to reassure and reaffirm the connection. Cultural, Western privacy versus African openness clashes. Harm, isolation from your network, constant defense mode. Action plan, limit shares, private stories for them only. Early boundary, trust or terminate. Green flag, secure partners celebrate your world. Red flag for post-intimacy ghosting. Is one of the most confusing and painful modern dating experiences because it creates emotional closeness followed by sudden absence. What it looks like. You have sex, or a deeply intimate moment. Communication drops drastically afterward. Replies become short, delayed, or dry. Plans are never made again. Eventually, silence. No explanation. No closure. Why it happens? There isn't one reason, but here are the most common. Keycap 1. They were only interested in physical access. Some people pursue emotional closeness just enough to secure intimacy. Once they get it, their goal feels complete. This isn't always malicious, sometimes it's impulsive desire without long-term intention. Keycap 2. The chase was the thrill. For certain personalities, pursuit is more exciting than possession. Once intimacy happens, the dopamine rush fades. They mistake excitement for compatibility. Keycap 3. Emotional avoidance triggered. Physical intimacy can trigger vulnerability. If someone has avoidant attachment, they may pull away when things start to feel real. Closeness feels threatening. Keycap 4. Regret or guilt. Sometimes they weren't over an ex. Didn't want something serious. Realize you want more than they can offer. Instead of having an uncomfortable conversation, they disappear. Keycap 5. They were multi-dating. Modern app culture normalizes seeing multiple people. You may have felt connection. They may have been rotating options. When they chose someone else, they didn't communicate it. Why it hurts so much. Intimacy releases bonding chemicals, oxytocin, dopamine. Your body registers closeness before your mind processes reality. But here's the key truth. Ghosting says more about their emotional capacity than your value. How to protect yourself. This isn't about withholding intimacy as a strategy. It's about aligning intimacy with clarity. You can have a direct conversation about intentions before becoming physical. Notice consistency over time, not just chemistry. Red flag 5. Gaslighting via texts. Denying facts like "I never promised to visit," you misread jet-lag texts, making you doubt sanity. Toneless messaging plus AI deepfakes fabricating alibis. LDR statistics indicate that gaslighting rose 50% among couples today. Story: Filipina showed UK boyfriend visa lie screenshots. You're paranoid from the distance. Gaslighting her boyfriend for months. International time differences excuse forgotten words. Harms: sanity erosion, dependency on abuser's narrative. Remedy action: to screenshot all relevant communication and to friend validate chat. Lastly, to seek therapy from a professional if patterns persist. Red flag 6. Inconsistent communication. What it looks like. They text you non-stop for 2 days, then disappear for 24 to 48 hours. They then resurface, say they miss you but don't follow through with plans. Why it happens? They're keeping options open. They like attention more than connection. They're unsure but don't want to lose access to you. What it leads to? You start overanalyzing. Anxiety increases. You chase clarity instead of receiving consistency. Healthy alternative. Someone who communicates regularly and clearly, even when busy. Red flag 7. Love bombing early on. What it looks like? Within a week. You're everything I've ever wanted. I can see us getting married. Constant gifts, non-stop texting, intense emotional connection. Why it happens? Manipulation, conscious or unconscious. They're addicted to the honeymoon phase. They fear abandonment and rush attachment. What it leads to? Once you're emotionally hooked, they often pull back. You try to earn back the early intensity. Healthy alternative. Excitement that grows steadily, not explosively. Red flag 8. Avoiding labels indefinitely. What it looks like? Let's not complicate it. Why do we need titles? Months of exclusivity talk without clarity. Why it happens? They want flexibility. Labels create accountability. What it leads to? You invest emotionally while they keep an exit door open. Healthy alternative. Someone who's comfortable defining what you are once it's clear you're building something. Red flag 9. Secretive behavior. What it looks like? Phone face down always. Won't post you or acknowledge you publicly, while posting everything else. Weird defensiveness when asked simple questions. Why it happens? They're entertaining other people. They're not ready to be seen as taken. They enjoy appearing single. What it leads to? Trust issues. You feel like a hidden option. Healthy alternative. Transparency without you having to investigate. Red flag 10. No accountability. What it looks like? Every ex was toxic. Every argument is somehow your fault. Why it happens? Ego protection. Emotional immaturity. Avoidance of growth. What it leads to? You'll never resolve conflict properly because they can't self-reflect. Healthy alternative. Someone who can say, I was wrong. Red flag 11. Disrespect disguised as humor. What it looks like? Relax, it's just a joke. Teasing about your body, intelligence, or lifestyle in front of others. Why it happens? Testing boundaries. Passive aggression. Insecurity masked as dominance. What it leads to? Your confidence slowly erodes. Healthy alternative. Engage in playful teasing that feels safe, not cutting. Red flag 12. Physical without emotional depth. What it looks like? They initiate sexual conversations early but avoid questions about goals, family, values, or feelings. Why it happens? They want connection benefits without emotional labor. What it leads to? You bond physically, they remain detached emotionally. Healthy alternative. Find someone interested in your mind as much as your body. Red flag 13. Chronic flakiness. What it looks like? Sorry, something came up. Often. Plans are always tentative. You're always the one confirming. Why it happens? You're not a priority, you're an option. What it leads to? You overcompensate by being more available. Healthy alternative. Effort that matches yours. Red flag 14. Financial instability with no ownership. Important, this isn't about income level. What it looks like? Constant debt but no plan. Impulsive spending. Borrowing money early on. Why it matters? Financial habits reflect discipline, planning, and maturity. What it leads to? Long-term stress if the relationship becomes serious. Healthy alternative. Responsibility and awareness regardless of salary. Red flag 15. Emotional unavailability. What it looks like? I don't want anything serious, but they keep you close. Avoid deep vulnerability. Shut down during emotional conversations. Why it happens. Unhealed trauma. Fear of commitment. Desire for companionship without responsibility. What it leads to. You feel close but never secure. Healthy alternative. Someone capable of emotional intimacy and long-term vision. If you found this helpful and would like to see more of this content, please like and subscribe to this channel for more. Thank you for watching.